we agree the Super Bowl window's closed. It looks like the Niners are starting to come to that realization. Are they fracturing as a team, or like, are they even a team? I have some examples. First of all, there was the Trent Williams ejection. You're a captain. You're the oldest player on the team. You've been playing football your whole life. Of course, if someone hits you in real life, you could do what you want to do. That's between you and the law, and you could hit the guy back. But in football, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and ejection. And you did it anyway because you were more concerned about your ego than the team. And then after the game, this was less publicized, but Ricky Pearsall gives his post-game press conference, 8.5 minutes, and he's talking about, the moments when he thought he might die or he might not play football again. And he was really opening up and being very vulnerable, talking about tough stuff. Nick Bosa's there waiting because he's the next guy to talk. They brought him in. He's sitting there looking at his phone the whole time during the press conference. Then he gets up and Matt Mayoko asks the first question. After listening to what Ricky said, like, what can you say about that guy? Like, out of respect, let's not just get to the game. Let's talk about Ricky because he's a little bit bigger than everything right now. And Bosa goes, honestly, I wasn't paying attention. He's a good guy, though. Good kid. Is this a team?
All right. Well,
it's a collection of talent. You tell me.
Let's go with let's start with the Trent one. If someone hits me, I'm going to hit them back. But in a game that you're winning or close to winning or it's close, you don't do that. I think the reason why Trent didn't give a shit at that point, excuse my language, was because they were losing already, right? So He's like, whatever, man. I don't care. You're not going to be hitting me. I'm losing anyways. And we've seen that from Trent Williams in the past. When they're losing, he did it against the Eagles. When they're losing, he doesn't care anymore. It's like, whatever. We'll see if there's consequences moving forward into the following games. So, I mean, like, if someone hits me, I'm going to hit them back. I understand that. But in a game where it's close, I definitely would have. And maybe Trent wouldn't have if the game was close. But, the game was over. And
still it was still a 2-score game. The Niners went down, scored a touchdown, could have tried to get a 2-point conversion. I mean, it was they probably had a 2% chance of coming back. But, don't get ejected. You're a freaking captain. It would have been nice to have him on the field for the 2-point conversion attempt.
Yeah. As far as the Nick Bosa, Ricky Pearsall thing, I mean, maybe he really wasn't paying attention. And I know he's in a bad mood. Right?
Oh, I believe he wasn't paying attention for sure.
Yeah. So he probably wasn't paying attention. So maybe that's all that was. But I think there's more to it than what you're saying. Are they fracturing the team? Are they a team? I think they've all been about themselves individually this year. I think they're burnt out. The message of their coach, the veterans, the guys have been here a long time, and they've gone the distance year after year and continued to fail and fall and collapse against teams like the Chiefs, where you're 0-5 against. That wears and tears on you. You lose your belief, and you start to become more central focused on yourself. And that's why I said before the season, it's the quest for checks. It's not the quest for six anymore. It's the quest for checks. And that's what it felt like. Everyone's holding out, just trying to get paid. I don't think they buy in or believe too much in Kyle Shanahan at this point. And that's what's dividing the team more than anything. They probably got each other's back, but I think they lost a little belief in themselves.
All I know is Trent Williams held out all offseason and came back at the very end, and now he's getting ejected. Like, are you in or are you out, man? Are you on the team or not? You couldn't be bothered to come. And when he was asked about missing training camp, he's like, man, at this stage of my career, I don't even do training camp anyway. The only reason I like training camp is because you get to meet people who won't be on the team anyway. It's kind of cool to meet people who wouldn't. It's like, are you kidding? I don't know. So you like this, it was beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he's an independent contractor. Nick Bosa couldn't even be bothered to listen to Ricky Pearsall talk about almost dying. He seems like an independent contractor. Like, who's really in on this team? Brock, Jordan Mason playing with the injured shoulder for sure. But I mean, Debo, is he in or is he out? Is Christian McCaffrey in or is he out? A lot of people are saying, oh, Christian's going to come back and save this team. What if they're 3-5 and he feels there's a risk of him tearing his Achilles? What's the reward of him risking that for a team that's going nowhere?
The way Christian is strikes me as a guy who wouldn't care. He would just want to do his. I feel like Christian is that guy. He would not care. I feel like.
You don't think Christian makes business decisions? Isn't Christian the guy who didn't play in the bowl game for Stanford?
That's true. That's a good point.
I don't know. I don't know about Christian. We'll see.
Yeah.
He's got guaranteed money this year and next year.
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way. He didn't consider the team first when he asked for guaranteed money, knowing he was injured. He didn't do that. But as
He
far as
took
like
care of himself.
giving it his all, he seems to do that in practice and in games. He doesn't want to come off the field. So I don't know. We'll see about that. But I mean,
We'll see.
you have a lot of greater points. Like the greater point is accurate. Like they are fracturing the team. And you know, we said it before the season, or we said it throughout the season. Winning fixes a lot of shit. But when you start losing the way they are losing, and I predicted, me and you both said that they were going to lose to the Chiefs this game. We knew that.
Yeah.
We just didn't know they were going to lose like this. Like it really, they lost 28-12. That last touchdown was junk time, right? The Chiefs were just prevent defense trying to slow everything up. They really lost 28-12. They scored 3 points in the first quarter, 3 in the second quarter, 6 in the third quarter, 6 in the fourth quarter. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing the way they lost. And that's going to fracture your team when you see your coach get mollywopped the way Kyle Shanahan has by Andy Reid.
And it's worse than that too, because like in the first half, I think they had 3 3-and-outs, and like they had 56 yards of total offense in the first 28 minutes of the game. Then they went on that drive at the very end because the Chiefs were playing 2-minute defense with more of like prevent zone coverage. But when they were playing man coverage the first 28 minutes of the game, then I said 56 yards. It was that bad. So it's like, I mean, yeah, you're missing some guys, but that is a total condemnation of the coach and the quarterback.
Yeah. I agree, man. It raises a lot of questions for Brock as well. Like, do you want to pay Brock Purdy $60 million? I think the answer right now is no.
No.
I think you pay him like 30 million, 35 million, and I think that's fair. Anything over that, you got to question what you're doing.
I'm not so eager to extend him. I'll let him play out his contract, and if he has a problem with that, I don't care.
I would do it with hire Ben Johnson, let Brock play out his contract, you know, and give him a year. Say, hey, you didn't play good this year, man. We want to see you with Ben Johnson, see what you can do, give you another year to earn it.